Hello everybody, this is Albert with Green Tea House. I hope you're doing well today. Today we're going to do the one-on-one on Dragon Well Chinese green tea. Now before we begin, I highly recommend that you check out our back catalog of episodes, in particular the playlist that's titled 101. I'll put a banner up here later on for it, and the episode on green teas. So as I just mentioned, Dragon Well is a type of Chinese green tea, and it's considered to be one of the better quality or higher end Chinese green teas. And really, Dragon Well needs to be cultivated in the Zhejiang region of China, in particular in the West Lake region of the Zhejiang province of China. That's where authentic Dragon Well comes from. You're going to see, like you see unfortunately with Darjeeling tea in India, which is a black tea, totally different, needs to be officially Darjeeling, needs to be grown in Darjeeling. Unfortunately, you kind of see the same thing when it comes to Dragon Well. You're going to find some inauthentic tea purveyors providing Dragon Well that's not from this region. Ours is from this region. So, Dragon Well, what does it look like? If you look at the raw leaves, to me, there's different cultivars. Like, for example, you're going to have the Wunu Zhao cultivar. You're going to have the Zhizing Longjing. Longjing, by the way, is the other name that's the Chinese name for Dragon Well. So you'll hear Dragon Well or Longjing, kind of like how Dongding is the very common name for Taiwanese oolong, the most famous Taiwanese oolong over there, a high mountain oolong, I should say. Or you'll have the West Lake Longjing. So these are just various cultivars. But the typical cultivar of Dragon Well kind of looks like, if more than any other of the green teas, looks like lawn clippings. Like you mow the lawn and this is what you're getting. So that's the kind of look of it. So like with the other green teas, it's plucked, and then what they're going to do is they're going to kill green it. And in Japan, as we talked about, most of the Japanese green teas are steamed to kill green it, to prevent oxidation. In China, most of them are going to be pan fried. So with Dragon Well or Longjing, they're going to pan fry it, and that stops the oxidation. So like with all green teas, it's zero oxidation as opposed to, let's say, a black tea, which is 100% oxidized, which means that you're getting the most pristine part of the Camellia sinensis leaf with any of the green teas, because they're kill greened at 0% oxidation. Afterwards, the tea leaves then, after they're pan fried, they are then dried completely, because we have to get the moisture under 5%. That way it can be shipped around the world. Now in China, Dragon Well is very common. I wouldn't say it's necessarily the sencha of China, but it's commonly consumed, and it's not that big of a deal over there. And in export markets like in America, Dragon Well is considered to be a higher end green tea. And I would say, compared to, let's say, another green tea that we sell here, which is very popular, gunpowder green, Dragon Well is considered a better quality. Now, in terms of the taste I like to describe it as is kind of a buttery taste, which is strange to think of like a tea tasting like butter, but you're going to get like a chestnutty taste, because all the pan-fried Chinese green teas are going to have more of a chestnutty taste, unlike the Japanese greens, which are more herbaceous or more like vegetal. The Chinese ones as a whole, gunpowder or any other green tea you're going to get, are going to have more of that chestnutty, roasty taste. So I would say Dragon Well is best consider the taste and the aroma to be kind of a buttery, chestnutty taste. How should you consume it? It's a green tea. So I've mentioned in previous episodes, especially on the episode, how do you steep your tea? Like in China, they're not really keen on like putting a thermometer in water to make sure it's up perfectly at 175 degrees. They kind of wing it more or less over there. But since you probably have a kettle that you can set the temperature, I would tell you that optimal for Dragon Well is probably about 170 to 180. And like we talked about in previous episodes, you can do sessions with Dragon Well, because Dragon Well is high end. And one of the benefits of loose leaf tea is you can re-steep it. So I would re-steep it for 3 minutes thrice, and then you can discard it. You can even do it 4 times, and that's what we consider a session. A session is how many times you re-steep. So one session of Dragon Well, I would say at least steep it 3 times, and you're still going to get a great liqueur or color to it and a great taste. I would do it around 175. Remember, if you go to a coffee shop or if you use boiling water on green tea, you're just going to make it taste way too stringent, way too bitter. and you're really losing out on the beauty of such a high-end great green tea. Guys, post in the comments. I'd like to hear from you. Of course, we sell Dragon Well. This is the ones that we are always selling because it's honestly, if money's not an object, and it's not like our Dragon Well is very expensive, but if money is no object, I would tell you to drink Dragon Well over a gunpowder or even a jasmine green. But if you like jasmine, which is a future episode, you can do a jasmine green. Guys, post in the comments. Until next time, take care. God bless and pray.